Oh, if you don't know what time it is, then I'm letting you know, baby, it's day 3. I'm showing you right now. Some people you may have seen before, some people that you may have never seen. Guess what? We are Ecamm Family, baby. Let me hear you sing it.
Ecamm Family.
Come on, you gotta sing it louder than that, Ecamm.
Get excited cause it's
Come
day
on, get
3.
excited because it's day 3, baby. Let's go.
Ecamm Family.
I got all my streamers with me. Come on.
Come on, everybody, let's stream.
Come on, you hear that harmony? Let's stream, baby.
Ecamm Family.
We're having a family reunion today.
Get excited cause it's day 3.
It's day 3 of Vlogmas 2021.
Ecamm Family.
Oh, let me hear you sing it one time.
Come on, everybody, let's stream. Ecamm Family. Get excited cause it's day 3. Ecamm Family. Come on, everybody, let's stream.
Yo, party people, y'all know I couldn't leave you hanging after yesterday. I had to give you something to make you feel good. It's day 3 of Vlogmas, baby. Vlogmas. Yeah, that's me singing in the background. Yeah, don't at me. Don't come for me. Y'all came for me about my rapping yesterday. Don't come for me about my little singing career. I'm telling you, album dropping in 2022. I don't care. But besides that, it's day 3 of Vlogmas. And I want to set the record straight. It's no competition. It's not about the individual efforts. I'm giving shout outs to my family, the Ecamm fam. Everybody is putting out heat. We're all inspiring one another. And that's what makes Vlogmas so important. Listen, today I was going to do something different, but I saw a post earlier in the community, and I'm dedicating today's video to Jody Maynard. We're gonna talk about something very special for all of my creatives, entrepreneurs. Jody Maynard, this is for you. We're family. Let's go. All right, so definitely, Jody, this is not just for you, but this is for anybody who's listening. And specifically, I'm talking to my creators, my creatives, those that work in the space where we do, those of you who are entrepreneurs, those of you who are business owners, those of you who work in the private sector, marketplace, ministry, anybody where you carry a lot of responsibility and you wear a lot of hats. I'm talking to you. And please forgive me if I'm breaking protocol. You know, I know usually we say what goes on in the family stays in the family. That's another conversation for another day. You know, it's 2021. It's time to talk about these things and be healthy. But I saw Jody post something, and this is not to bring attention to, to her specifically. But again, it's something that I've talked about a lot recently in my own struggles this year. And if you've been following me closely, you know exactly where I'm getting ready to go. But, I'm not going to say exactly what she said because, again, we're a community. I believe in privacy. It's open to those that are in the community. So if you want to join Ecamm Live community, don't go over there being nosy. You know what I'm saying? No. But it was talking about, basically how she was struggling, to really kind of find, she used the word mojo, basically to find that fire, that passion, that creative, niche, due to some things going on. And I want to speak to my creative fam because, one of the things I shared in the group specifically, and other people have talked about, this is something that is normal. I'm going to say that again. This is something that is normal. A lot of people call it burnout. A lot of people call it fatigue. Creative people call it creative block, writer's block. But it's normal. It's normal when you exhaust as much as yourself as we do. Creative people that are critical thinkers, people that are very analytical. It takes a whole lot for us to turn our brains off. So even before we go to sleep, you need at least an hour to kind of debrief. So your mind can slow down to where you literally may have to turn off the TV. Like you can't even really watch TV to kind of wind down, because I know I'm one of those people. I'm gonna see something on TV that's gonna spark, my creativity, and I'll be watching the movie and I'll start, dissecting the movie, all those different types of things. But I want to say it's normal, and it's normal because you're a human being. We're not machines. We're not the computers that we work on. We're not the cameras that we shoot with. We're not the mics. Turn on and off and they're gonna work. Now, at some point, you know, they may go bad, go fray or whatever, but these things are gonna work. We're not built like that. We're built with emotions and feelings. And a lot of times people forget that, especially if you work for clients. Your clients can forget that, but it's not their responsibility to remember that. I'm really talking to my designers, and you know, those of you that work in the graphic design industry, because this is a big gripe we have where we think it's the responsibility of the client or the customer to have empathy when it comes to the things we're going through. That's not how business works. Walmart doesn't work like that. Apple doesn't. If Tim Cook dies today, and I'm not saying anything, you know, I pray, I really hope not. But let's think about, Apple didn't stop when Steve Jobs died. That's a perfect example. Like, the business of what we do has to continue. But the first business we need to tend to is our own health, our mental health. And that has to be priority. And so a lot of times when you're dealing with a lot of things, when you're dealing with setbacks, when you're dealing with failures, when you're dealing with life, because life is going to come at you regardless of Vlogmas. You know, some people say, listen, I don't have the time. And I was one of those people that say, hey, make the time. You can find time. There's time somewhere. But when you got a lot going on, sometimes you just really, really, really don't have the time. But I want to speak to my creative fam, my Ecamm fam. Let's get live. All of these people where you put unnecessary pressure on yourself. I'm telling creatives, especially during this month, take some time to slow down. Take some time to unwind. I'm talking to myself. I'm looking at myself in the camera and saying, Walt, take some time to slow down. Take some time to unwind. I had to do that this year. You know, I shared, I had to do that. You had to take a step back. And one of the things I realized is that my priorities were out of order. And I was saying yes to things that I should have been saying no to. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because chances are your finances are probably out of order, because when money is not an issue, you can do what you want to do. You don't have to say yes. You can work on the things that you want to invest your energy in. And that's what was happening, is where I was investing a lot of my time, investing a lot of my energy into something my heart wasn't in. So you get overwhelmed with that, you know what I'm saying? And you deal with these issues of your reputation being destroyed and damaged and all these different types of things. And you have people that are concerned, but for the most part, it's like people don't care. They want their work, they want what they pay for, whatever. Even people is like, when I went on my sabbatical or hiatus, people's like, yo, we miss you in these live stream streets. I'm like, forget these live stream streets. Stream King, shout out to my boys. They will tell you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you good? Like, where you at? And I'm like, I'm good. I have to get back to Walt. I have to prioritize Walt. That's why I'm able to have so much fun now, because there's no pressure. And so one of the things I talk about all the time, especially in the faith-based space, I told y'all over these 31 days, we're just gonna have conversations and I'm gonna drop gems. I don't care how long it is, how short it is, whatever. We'll do some macro to micro, and I'll share bite-sized content that is more digestible on social media. But for those of you that are in, let's have a conversation, let's talk. And some of these things we just may need to do a live stream for, but right now I'm just doing a video. But for those in my faith-based space, I remember having I was on a panel months ago and I talked about, God had to really put this on me for like the past 3 or 4 years, as far as the fine line between worship and work. Like, if you're like me, I work a full-time job. For those of you who seem to forget, I work a 9 to 5. I work in IT. I'm looking at a screen all day long. I'm helping people all day long. By the time I get off, honest to God, I don't want to do nothing relating to technology. So it really has to be a passion. It really has to be something I'm not forcing. Okay, I work in ministry. All right, so I work in ministry. We're full speed ahead. Those are my creatives that work in the faith-based space. When the world went virtual because of the pandemic, y'all ain't got no sleep in 2 years. You've been on autopilot. 18 months to 2 years, you've been rolling. So check on your creative friends that work in church. I guarantee you at some point, they've been on suicide watch, anxiety watch, depression watch, whatever, you name it, because that's the type of weight. These people now became, next to your pastor, literally probably the most important people sitting at the table in the room. And so there's a fine line between work and worship. Like what happens when you have to choose between work and worship? Kind of sounds like religion, relationship. But there are a lot of people going through that. I went through that. And so you get overwhelmed, but you can't be afraid to say no. And no doesn't mean that you're going to hell. No doesn't mean that you're being disobedient. No means that, okay, Jesus came that I might have life and that more abundantly. Not for the sake of me having money, but above all things, I wish that you prosper and be in good health. Like, me worshiping, it means nothing if I'm dead, if I'm not taking care of myself. And part of worship, if we say worship is a lifestyle, that means my lifestyle choices have to be better. So that means I have to prioritize things better. I gotta budget not just my money, but my time better, so that I can make sure I have enough time to get rest, to eat, to do the work that's necessary, to render unto Caesar what is Caesar, do my job. You know what I'm saying? To be on these Zoom meetings or be at church when I need to be at church, to be able to serve and worship, you know, when we're having service. Outside of that, running a business, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, partnering with other people. Outside of that, working with other ministries. So that's what I'm saying, a lot. And the thing is about my creative people, we can do it. It seems like we do it so well. It seems like we can handle all of it. But the truth of the matter is, for you that's looking in this camera right now, that's watching me on the screen, that's listening to me talk, you're probably crying. Because you're like, yo, like, this is where I've been. Like, I'm stressed out, but I'm afraid to say no. Because if I say no, it's gonna make me look questionable. It's gonna make me look weak. And I can't come off as weak. Because creatives, we got this persona, we carry this weight where we feel like we gotta be more than what we really are. Yeah. A lot of people gonna be upset with me. A lot of people gonna be mad with me. There's gonna be some people in my DMs, especially my graphic designers. We are horrible. We do a very bad job at this because we try to come off like it's more to us than it really is. And it's like, no. And it's okay. That's okay. And that's where this contention comes between us and customers, because you come up here big shot like you did it like an agency, but it's like, bro, you by yourself. Sis, you by yourself. And I need you to tell your mind, it's just me. Until I'm able to expand, until I'm able to partner, you better get you a partner. That's the other gem we gonna talk about later. But until I'm able to do that, I gotta put priorities in place. So don't chase the bag if you're gonna die in the process, because getting it means nothing. It's just gonna go to the next man. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, this wasn't so much about, you know, what Jody, but it's about just the weight that we've had to carry, especially in a pandemic. All right. So I've been having a blast with Vlogmas, but even in that, I don't want to be guilty, because it seems like, okay, well, you're going all out. No, I'm having a ball. I'm having fun. I haven't really had an opportunity to kind of do this all year. So this is easy. This is not stressful. This is literally a break. This is me taking weight off of me. And I'm able to put all of my energy, invest my time in something that I really care about, even though my shirt says, I understand I don't care right now. Don't pay attention to that. Please disregard this, because this shirt does not apply to the conversation that we're having. But again, take the weight off and take the pressure off. When I had to do that. Once I reprioritized, once I got my money together, once I got my mind together, once I started putting things back in place, you know, the next thing I did was buy a drone. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nature boy. I love being outside. I'm a techie and I love being outside. I needed something to light that fire again that wasn't about making money. So many people are afraid to spend their time doing things that aren't monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of times we stress. I've stressed. It's like, hey, you can turn this into a career. Hey, how about the fact that I just like doing this for fun? Like, this is just an opportunity for me to blow off some steam. You know what I'm saying? Me rapping, it's just a chance for me to blow off some steam. Me singing, it's just, I don't care how it sounds. I don't care how it looks. But I've taken the pressure off of myself. I don't have to be something for anybody else. I'm not performing. I'm just being Walt. A lot of people may think it's a performance, but I'm just being me. That's where your mojo is. Your mojo is in you understanding that I'm me. And I bring me, the best of me. I bring my personality to the table, to the camera, to the microphone every single time. Every single time you see me, I bring the best of me. And I'm not performing for you. I'm not performing for likes. I'm not performing for metrics. I'm not performing for any of that. My mojo lies in my ability to say, hey, it's okay if I'm not dotting every I today. It's okay if I'm not crossing every T today. It's okay if I didn't hit the numbers. It's okay if I didn't hit the metrics. It's okay if life is giving me all I can handle and I got to kind of take a step back. But, if we was in church, they probably use a cliche that, your setback is the setback is a setup for your comeback. I know you've probably heard that 1,000 times before. But what I want to tell you is you have to embrace the setback. Sometimes life happens to slow us down. Sometimes life happens for us to refocus. Sometimes life happens so it challenges us to let go of things that we otherwise wouldn't have let go of. That's the difficulty. The very first podcast episode I ever did was talking about the blessing and the curse of being gifted, of being creative, of being multi-talented, of wearing multiple hats, of being able to do things that other people is like, how can you do that? And people be like, I wish I can do that. No. It's like, and I'm not trying to make this a sermon, but y'all know me. I can't help it. But it's like, the parable of the man with the talents and Jesus is handing out talents and he gives the, person with one and they go do nothing. And there are a lot of people who are struggling trying to find their purpose in life. And I laugh with my friends sometimes and I say, sometimes I envy those people who are struggling to find that one thing. Cause we're over here trying to figure out, how do I balance the 10? How do I balance the 20? What do I need to be doing today? God, I'm really good at this and I'm great at that. Matter of fact, I do all things well, but what am I supposed to be doing in this season? And I'll never forget, we were having a conversation it wasn't Stream Kings, but because I was on the live with Alicio, I want to say Strick. It wasn't a Stream Kings joint, but I remember, or maybe it was, I don't remember. It was at some point this year or last year, and I'm going to wrap it up. I was talking about how the difficulty for multi-talented people, for creative people that wear many hats, is understanding the dominant thing, the dominant gift. Come here, firm. Prime example, me and Elton Benjamin. Elton can do what he does on his own. I can do what I do on my own. All of your fingers have individual responsibilities. But when you bring those things together, if I show you my finger, you're probably not scared of that. I can flip you the bird. I almost did it. You may get offended, but you're probably not scared of that. But if I throw up my fist, you're going to go into fight or flight mode because it's like, okay, he means business. And so you got to understand, what is the dominant thing that I do that brings all of my talents, all of my gifts together? And so what happens is you don't wear the same clothes in every season. I have all these clothes in my closet, but I won't wear what I wear in the wintertime and the summertime, even though we got this crazy North Carolina weather going on right now. So you have to look at your gifts and your talents and your responsibilities in the same way. What gift is necessary for this season? And sometimes the gift is you. So I got to prioritize me because I'm necessary. My life is necessary. My voice has value. My life is valuable. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to tell you that it's like, yo, you're valuable. Like anybody who's watching, like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I promise you, it's okay. And it will get better. It will get better. Find something, step back, breathe. Have you breathed today? Have you taken a breath? Like, did you cognizantly be like, did I breathe today? Because you've been on autopilot. So sometimes setbacks come to be like, disable the autopilot and be intentional. We've been talking about being intentional with content. Be intentional with the steps that you're taking and the steps that you're making, okay? All right, and then we can get back to the fun, because the mojo is still there. The mojo hasn't gone. That fire hasn't gone. When the pilot goes out, it just has to be relit. We just have to figure out what is going to light it and what is going to help it stay lit when we light it. You know what I'm saying? My in my heater in the apartment, the pilot went out, and he was like, there's a wire that has burned out that needs to be replaced. It was blowing air. I was showing up. I was blowing air, but it wasn't effective. It wasn't warm air. It was cold air. I was blowing smoke. I was blowing air. I was showing up, but I wasn't being effective in me showing up because there was a piece of me that was burnt out. You got to stop, take time, remove the wire, figure out what caused it to burn out, fix that, replace it, make sure everything is good, show up. And now when you show up as the best version of yourself. That's day 3 of Vlogmas. We have fun, and I'm gonna keep having fun. As a matter of fact, I don't want to build this expectation like I'm gonna show up like this every single time. My grandma would say, start out like you can hold out. So I'm not trying to set the bar high, not trying to set these crazy expectations. This is Vlogmas. This is what content creation is really about. We are a family. We family. Ecamm Family. Get excited. It's day 3. Ecamm Family. Everybody, let's stream. Until next time, catch you guys in day 4.